Hey guys, I'm Steven with Credit a la carte, and in this video I wanted to talk about some pretty major changes coming to a lot of American Express cards, but specifically I think these changes will really benefit the Platinum card. But if you're new here, Credit a la carte is a blog and a YouTube channel that's dedicated to not only travel hacking but also general credit knowledge. So if you're interested in either of these two topics, make sure to like the video and subscribe so that way you can get all of our latest and greatest content. But otherwise, here's the actual video. So like I said before, there are some pretty major changes coming to the American Express cards. And really in the past, when it comes to the premium travel credit cards, so I'm referring to the American Express Platinum card, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Citi Prestige card. There are a few others too, of course, but those are really the mainstream ones. When it comes to those three cards, I always thought that the Platinum was kind of the worst of the offering, and the Sapphire Reserve was the best. After Citi removed its benefits, it's kind of like, you know, Sapphire Reserve all the way up here, the Platinum card, and the Citi Prestige. And with these new changes coming, I think the Platinum card is actually a very viable card now. So that is pretty exciting, and so let's get into the changes, shall we? So these changes will be in effect January 1st of 2020. So if you're watching this video now, keep doing what you're doing. After January 1st, 2020, then you may want to readjust your strategy. In order to get these trip-related benefits, there are two restrictions. Those restrictions include having to put the entire purchase price of the trip on your American Express card. And then of course the second restriction is that the flights themselves, they do have to be round trip starting, and this is their terms, starting from the city of origin to another city and then back to that city of origin. So any one-way tickets will not count for this benefit, just so you guys know. So the first benefit that I want to talk about is actually trip cancellation insurance. So there are a few covered reasons as to why a trip may be canceled. So as an example, maybe your flight is canceled due to really bad weather, maybe it got hijacked, maybe it's in a different airport. I've had that problem happen, but yeah, there's a few different reasons why on the airline side, but also if you're sick and it's a covered reason, if there's like a death sort of situation, then you would be covered as far as trip cancellation insurance. That benefit on American Express cards coming in 2020 will be $10,000 per trip with up to $20,000 max per year per card member. So the second benefit is actually trip delay insurance. Now this is something that is super awesome if you live in a place that has really bad weather. I used to live in Chicago for a really long time, and my flights were always delayed, you know, at least an hour or two every single time you'd fly anywhere. So it's a little bit different in Las Vegas. Things are pretty much on time most of the time. So in the list that I had earlier with the Platinum, the Hilton Honors Aspire, the Delta Reserve, the Delta Business Card, pretty much you're going to be getting that trip delay insurance after 6 hours. Now the important thing to note is that this is per trip, so it's not on the Chase Sapphire Reserve, for example, you get it per ticket, and this is actually per trip. So just something to keep in mind. But anytime something's delayed more than 6 hours on one of those cards, you're going to be getting $500 that you could use for lodging or food or, you know, toiletries, like pretty much just things that you need if your trip is delayed. So on a different set of cards, these benefits, the trip delay insurance will kick in after 12 hours, and after 12 hours you're going to be getting a benefit of $300. So it is still there for some other cards if you do book a trip on some of those other lesser cards, but still something better than nothing, right? Now, while these are two major changes that are actually very good benefits that I'm really excited to see on the Platinum card, there are a couple of negative changes, and I'm going to start off with the extended warranty and purchase protection. So the extended warranty in the past has been 2-year benefit after you buy something, and now it's actually going to get reduced down to 1 year. With the purchase protection, we are going from 120 days down to 90 days. If you needed that 120-day benefit, there are some other cards that do offer that, but of course this will kick in after January 1st, and anything you've bought before then will be covered for those terms of up to 2 years and the 120 days. So there are two more benefits that American Express is removing with these policy changes. The first one being travel accident insurance. So travel accident insurance is basically when you have some sort of an accident on your travel, obviously, but you would lose, say, a limb or your life in general, and you'd be covered up to a certain amount. This is actually like the one thing that I am kind of worried about American Express losing. Now, obviously, there aren't that many accidents where you do lose your life, but it is a nice benefit to have, even if you never end up using it. And hopefully you don't need to use it, but you know, that's the whole point of insurance, is that it's, you know, nice to have. The other benefit, of course, is the roadside assistance. So if you know, you had some problems with your car or your rental car, you could just call up American Express and they would be able to at least help you out, whether it be sending someone out or, you know, whatever. At least you would have someone to contact if you did have a problem on the road. I don't think either of these two benefits were really used all that often, which I think is why American Express is removing them. But still, again, it, like, me personally, I think it's nice to have, or at least you could say, hey, we do offer these sort of benefits, you know, but that's okay. If you are worried about travel accident insurance, there are some other cards that do offer that, so you may want to book your trip with those cards. Now, I think the interesting thing is with the Platinum card, I think these are really geared towards the Platinum card. So not only do you earn 5 points back on your flights booked directly with the airline or with American Express travel, you're also going to be getting that travel cancellation, travel delay insurance, which is awesome. Really kind of my biggest gripe with the Platinum card was that you don't get these benefits. So, you know, I'd rather earn a few less points and book my travel on the Sapphire Reserve instead of the Platinum card, just because I would get these benefits. So what happens if your flight's canceled? You know, with the American Express card, you're kind of screwed, you know? You kind of have to pay out of pocket for all these costs. With the Sapphire Reserve, you wouldn't have to. So I'm glad that the Platinum card is adding these benefits. And you know, honestly, I think that makes it a more viable card for me, and it's easier to recommend that card in the future. But anyway, what do you guys think about these changes? Let us know in the comments down below if you are switching to the Platinum card or an American Express strategy because of these benefits. Do you think this was a response to Citi removing all of the benefits on pretty much all of their cards, or do you think that American Express kind of had this in the works beforehand and then it was just literally perfect timing when Citi removed these benefits? So let us know down in the comments below what you think. One way to support our channel is to like the video and subscribe. That way you get all of our videos as soon as I release them. I do try to post a couple times a week. Otherwise, you can follow us on Instagram at Credit a la carte, or go directly to our website at creditalacarte.com. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.